What up, what up, what up? Wonder Man.
The entertainment world is stunned today after filmmaker Von Kovacs sprung out of retirement to sign on for a remake of Wonder Man.
Wonder Man. Wonder Man is on the rise. Hey, I'm rooting for this joint, man. I am rooting for Wonder Man. Let's keep it.
There is an opportunity to reimagine a whole genre of storytelling.
I need to be in this movie.
Wonder Man, y'all. Wonder Man. You know, we on the lookout for Wonder Man. I am. Hopefully y'all are too. Even though I be giving Wonder Man shit, right? I be giving it shit. But it is what it is, man. It really is what it is. You know, because it's kind of goofy. It is kind of goofy, but I'm gonna try to give it the benefit of the doubt. That's what I'm gonna try to do. Try to give it the benefit of the doubt. Now we know Marvel Studios admits the superhero fatigue is real in their newest promo. Marvel Studios just acknowledged superhero fatigue in the most direct way in that Wonder Man latest trailer. So Marvel is conceding. They conceding to superhero fatigue, and they trying to be meta with it. Will it work? Will it work? I don't know. We got to be honest, man. We tired. We tired. Some of us are. We tired, man. Timeline messy. Multiverse confusing as hell. We done seen enough sky beams and all this other type of stuff to last a lifetime, man. And but I think Feige, I think Marvel, I think they know this. So what do they do to counter that? What do they do to counter that? They give us another world-ending threat. They give us a show about the industry itself, ladies and gentlemen. January 27th, Wonder Man drops. And it's not necessarily about saving the world. It's about getting a call back from an audition. I just need that call back. I'm doing 100 auditions, man. I need a call back. Got Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Probably one of the coldest actors in the game, you know what I'm saying? Playing a dude who's pretending to be a superhero in a world where superheroes are real. Now, we saw She-Hulk, but this might be the most meta gamble that Feige and Marvel has ever taken. It's got to be, right? My question is it brilliant satire? Is it brilliant satire? Or is it too inside baseball for the regular casuals? You know what I mean? Let's get into it. Yeah. First off, we got to talk about the format, man. Got to talk about the format, right? Got to talk about the format. That's not the format. Can we get the format? There we go. Got to talk about the format. Got to talk about it. Now, I'm going back and I'm looking through stuff. You know what I'm saying? Looking through things. And this, I think, is still dropping underneath the Marvel Spotlight banner. Marvel Spotlight. That means there shouldn't be any type of multiversal homework that needs to be done with this. You don't need to watch Loki season 2 or the Marvels to understand what's going on in these situations. Right? We got Yahya playing Simon Williams. He's an actor. He's struggling. He's auditioning for the role of Wonder Man in a movie within the MCU. So this is a movie within the movie, or I'm sorry, this is a movie within the MCU. So it's us watching him playing in a movie inside the MCU. It's like a Russian, what's those Russian dolls with the layers? That's what we're getting with Wonder Man. Movie within the movie as we're watching the movie. You know? The villain of this show is not Thanos. It's Hollywood. It's literally Hollywood. It's the industry. It's the doorman clause that bans supers from acting. Like, hey, if you got a superpower, you can't be in this show. So it's basically the industry. It's the struggle of being a black man in the industry that wants to typecast you. So this might even be as meta. We've been sitting up here talking about race swap, race swap, race swap. This show could end up really tackling that subject. A black man in the industry, right? An industry that's trying to typecast you. So you say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go left and I'm gonna play Wonder Man. I'm gonna be Wonder. The white, we know if you watch the trailer, they show the original Wonder Man. They show him. White dude. Here comes Yahya saying, I need to be that guy. Me and Tina had a nice ass conversation last night talking about these very things. And then if you go into Monday when Tina was on Blurred AF, we addressed those things too. Yahya taking the check, and now it's even more meta. It's even more meta now at this situation. Because I told you, Wonder Man been on my mind since I heard that it was coming. Been on my mind because I was like, what is this? What is this? Why is this happening? Why? The more I dig into it, it might have some stuff in here. It might have something going on in here. Really. Right? Thing is this the reset button that the masses have asked for? Lower stakes, higher character drama. If we're doing some type of comparison, if Andor was Star Wars for adults, Wonder Man might be Marvel for film nerds, right? But is that a large enough slice of the pie to make it work? Is that a large enough slice of the pie to make it work? Now, like I said, this is supposed to be Marvel Spotlight. Street level, gritty, grounded stories, no big threats, no cosmic threats. Supposed to be character driven, focus on personal journeys and the psychological, right? No homework. We ain't doing homework. Don't need it. Standalone plots, no prior viewing required, meaning you don't have to go back and watch nothing. Now, hopefully, when we go in and we watch this, it stands that way. Hopefully, it sticks to where we don't have to watch nothing. Maybe this is a standalone one-of-one type situation. Maybe I myself have given it too much and trying to push it into the future. Maybe Yahya ain't coming back. Tina, if you watching, maybe Yahya ain't coming back. This is supposed to be a one-of-one standalone, no more Yahya. Only person who survives this to go on to the next level is Trevor Slattery. Trevor. The only person to survive, probably. That's when we get into the Yahya Trevor bromance. This really in this, because with the marketing of this, and the reason why I'm actually doing this live is I'm trying to market Wonder Man. I'm trying to do Marvel's job for them because they let Trevor take the lead in the market. All the teasers, we saw more Trevor in the teasers leading up to the actual trailer. Then we saw Yahya. Then when the actual trailer came out, we saw more Trevor than Yahya, right? Then Sir Ben Kingsley, Trevor Slattery, aka Trevor Slattery, he got his own write-up in entertainment, what it is, ETV or entertainment magazine, whatever it is. He got his own write-up promoting the film. Not Yahya. I ain't seen Yahya out promoting this film yet. But we have this Yahya Trevor Slattery thing. We got to talk about the talent, right? Now, for the longest, a lot of us, especially if you of my hue, been asking to get Yahya in the MCU. We've been asking. He got to join the MCU for years. We saw what he did with Black Manta. We knew that over there was dying. Get the homie over here into the MCU. We got it. He gave us the iconic Dr. Manhattan and Watchmen. Like I said, a solid Black Manta twice. Aquaman 1 and 2 killed the role. Now here he is in all of his glory as Simon Williams, aka Wonder. So we know Cuz got ranks. We know he got ranks. But it seems like more so that Marvel is banking on dare I say, a secret weapon, because Sir Ben Kingsley is a secret weapon once they let him get into his bag. We didn't see him necessarily get into his bag in Iron Man 3. It was just kind of, a prop type situation. Did good for the few that he was in. We saw his little short. I can't remember the name of the short, but we saw his short, right? Then he shows up in Shang-Chi. We got a little bit more of him in Shang-Chi. Now he's back again. Trevor Slattery, failed actor. Iron Man 3, Shang-Chi. And what I don't like is reports, the stuff that I'm hearing about this, they're calling this a biopic of Trevor Slattery. I don't like that, because the name of this show is Wonder Man. Who was playing Wonder Man in this show? Yahya Abdul-Mateen. But I'm hearing that Trevor Slattery is going to be getting all of the hype, the hoopla, which could make for a dope show. I'm just saying, if I'm showing up for the character, I'm showing up for the character. It didn't say Wonder Man and Trevor. It's called Wonder Man, right? But it should be energy involved. I think both of these two together is going to be a lot of energy. I think they're going to bring some dopeness, right? You got a young, hungry actor with actual superpowers, with Simon being mentored by this washed up, non-super, I guess you can call him a fraud, a fake, failed actor in Trevor. Could be some dope buddy cop dynamic situation that we didn't know that we needed until right now. Well, I've been talking about buddy cops more so in the Marvel situation when it comes to Falcon and Winter Soldier. I thought they should have expanded that more, leaned on that more. I think that would have grew as they produced. I think that was they failed on that. They dropped the ball on that. So we might get it in this. We might get more buddy cop in this. Might get more buddy cop in this. What up, Lawrence? Let me shout everybody out. Stamina in the building. What up? What up? What up? Jay in the building. Kev in the building. Emmett in the building. Jay Millie in the building. Shout y'all out before I keep going. But yeah, we might get the buddy cop situation with that, right? And like I said, I'm trying to promote and push this as much as possible. Because I want to see Abdul-Mateen win, right? I want to see him go on to the next stage, go on to the next level. And this could be a huge stepping stone for Cub. They say we didn't show up for Sam as Captain America. I think we didn't show up because I don't necessarily think that his character is compelling enough to get butts and seats. I don't think they fleshed him out enough to make people care about Sam Wilson as Captain America. This is more so a clean slate with Yahya. More so a clean slate. Q in the building. Another secret weapon to this. Destin Daniel Cretton, right? That might be a reason to trust this show. Destin Daniel Cretton. This is the man who gave us Shang-Chi. Might be a top 5 MCU origin story, not necessarily a movie, but origin story. And he out here filming Spider-Man 4 right now. He's at the helm of that. You can look at him and say maybe Marvel is making him the designated fixer. And trust, they need a fixer right. They need a fixer right now. So if he is the showrunner of this, it means that the action, if there is going to be some action, it's going to be crisp. It's going to be top notch. And I think if the harder the story is going, I think it's going to touch you. But my reservations also is this might just be a content dump. This might just be, we got to get this out because it's on paper, it's on the books, and we got to get rid of this so we can move on to X-Men and everything else. Tax write-off type situation. Let's just get it out there. That's another reason why I want to shine light on this project. Because I don't think this is a passion of Marvel. I don't. Just look at the way they have not been marketing this stuff. Ain't no big hoopla behind Wonder Man. Ain't no big push. Ain't no big, oh, we got to get this to the finish line. Got to get this in the end zone. That ain't happening. They just throwing this out there. Hey, y'all heard Wonder Man got a show? Oh, who? What? You don't know nothing. So that's my reservation. This could just totally be a content dump. No passion involved, no heart involved. Nobody in the top offices care. Could end up being all over the place. You might watch this and be like, nah, this is Trevor Slattery show. Right? Then, with this being so meta, we got to get into the article that I referenced earlier. Let's get into this article, man. Marvel Studios admit superhero fatigue is real in their newest promo. Said the studio's first 2026 release on Disney Plus would directly address the lingering issue of superhero fatigue by acknowledging the issues. By acknowledging its existence. The multiverse saga has been plagued by problems and inconsistencies that has significantly derailed its momentum, leading to several box office flops. Yeah, been some flops, all right. While Deadpool and Wolverine's fourth wall breaking toyed with superhero fatigue narrative and the MCU's downfall, Wonder Man will take things into a whole new level by making the issue canon within the confines of the franchise. And I don't necessarily know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know if you should make a problem that might be non-existent, you know what I'm saying, a problem and give it a voice. I don't know if superhero fatigue is necessarily real, but I also don't know if it's necessarily not real either, right? It's certain data points you can look at that shows that superhero fatigue is real, right? But then it's other things going on too. Other things going on too. So Wonder Man's latest promo acknowledged the fact that superhero fatigue is real, confirming that this issue will be addressed in some way during the show's 8-episode run on Disney Plus. And that's another thing too. Them dropping all 8 episodes just lets me know that they don't necessarily want this to live. Because if I do episodes, I can have this live for what? 8 episodes for 2 months. I can have this live for 2 months. This can carry us from January all the way into February. Shit, end of February, actually. Going into March. So you can take this from now into spring, right? Start revving up the Spider-Man situation. Spider-Man, boom, Spider-Man lives on summertime. Get that going. Spider-Man gonna live for a while because it's Spider-Man. Then we go from Spider-Man, start revving up Doomsday, boom. Like, I don't understand the marketing in this. But you right, but you only say that if it's a whack show, right? If I made it, it ain't whack. But then with me throwing our 8 episodes out, it might be whack. You get what I'm saying? Like, if it's not whack, 8 episodes of us talking about this stuff, I look at, like, the big phenomenon of Welcome to Derry that just happened. Like, Derry lived on, got better. People talked about what was the best episode, yada yada. They're not gonna be able to do this with this because people just gonna binge watch. They just gonna binge watch it and call it a day. Maybe you get a day, 2 days out of it. Maybe. So while the superhero fatigue aspect might be a side story to the grand scheme of things in Wonder Man, it provides a perfect opportunity for the MCU to deliver a meta commentary about the issue and cleverly reference real world audience burnout without letting it overshadow the show's core story. It could also give potential solution to this overarching problem in the superhero industry. But see, I wouldn't let it be known that that's a problem. I wouldn't let it be known that it's a problem. And I think they picked the wrong character to go meta with, in my opinion. My opinion, you do source material with Wonder Man because it's a good story. It's a good story. You get Baron Zemo to show up, you do all this, or you can start from a point after that. Tony Stark's company killed off his father's company. He blames Tony Stark, but Tony Stark is dead. But during that time period, he was trying to get to start Baron Zemo, whole experiments, yada, yada, yada. Now he don't know what to do. He turns to acting because he wants to make some money. Blah. It's ways to do this. I don't think you necessarily have to be metal. I don't. Jay the Informer with the $2. Appreciated, homeboy. Say Jester Bell said that there's a strong woman fatigue. She's right and she's wrong. I think the way I don't think people mind strong women. I think it's the Mary Sue of it, right? Like we've had strong women in entertainment for a long time. Maybe starting since probably the 70s with Sigourney Weaver. Even though that's what I can remember. It's probably somebody before her, but Sigourney Weaver was a strong woman. We loved Alien. We loved that whole franchise. She killed it, right? Sarah Connor. She didn't necessarily start off a strong woman, but she through everything that happened in Terminator 1, she trained herself to be that, right? People want to see real life things that would happen. The one thing, like Shuri, for instance, the one thing with Shuri is she kind of Mary Sued it, right? She kind of Mary Sued it. We saw Shuri in Black Panther. All she had was her little Panther gauntlet shooting the vibranium sound blast. And then the next time we see Shuri, she martial artist killing, knocking heads off, taking Namor down, who been 500 years old, or however old Namor is in the show. With the wealth of martial arts knowledge, I'm pretty sure. And Shuri just out here just wreaking havoc on it. So it's things like that. It's like Stizzle just said, poorly written strong women fatigue. But let me give you something. Let me give you something. What I got for you.
Cheetah's out of control. I'm out of control. This whole damn party's out of control.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's that women, the women thing, and I love women stories, man. I think there's some of the dopest stories to tell, but anything poorly written is gonna be bad. Anything poorly written is gonna be bad. Except for the uninitiated, the superhero fatigue refers to the audience's growing exhaustion with the constant release of comic book adaptations. The MCU is at the center of the issue after the franchise expanded rapidly following the success of Infinity Saga. This wasn't the first time Marvel Studios confirmed Wonder Man will explore complexities of superhero fatigue. November 2025, lead star Yahya Abdul-Mateen II praised the show for being self-aware. And the commentary about superhero fatigue is just dressing. In the narrative, he goes on to say the show is self-aware. Without looking directly into the camera, there'll be commentary about superhero fatigue and things like that. But to me, it's just dressing. That's not really the aim of the show. The focus of the show is about an actor's journey. It's about a journey of friendship. See, even that last line, it's about a journey of friendship. Know what that means? This is a buddy cop show. This is a buddy cop movie or show, movie, whatever you want to say. So Wonder Man's narrative follows director Von Kovac, his journey to making classic in-universe Wonder Man movie with the new actor. As Kovac points out, remaking this movie is the opportunity to reimagine a whole genre of storytelling and to address superhero fatigue entirely. The series will premiere all 8 episodes, January 27th, 2026. How can Wonder Man address superhero fatigue effectively? Aside from the show's meta approach when it's marketing, which may deem that's a lie. Aside from the shows, you see this? Aside from the show's meta approach with its marketing, which many deemed perfect. That's who deemed this marketing perfect. Where the marketing at? Talking about it's deemed perfect. I ain't seen the market for it to be deemed perfect. How much Marvel paid y'all to write that? That Feige check clear for y'all to write. That had to be. Wonder Man is already making a bold move by confronting the issue of superhero fatigue directly rather than ignoring it. The MCU's version of Hollywood is self-aware, banning superpowered actors from sets to avoid overexposure and directly addressing the dilemma that society is already tired of heroes. If anything, this is a direct way of integrating real-world critiques into a low-stakes comedic Hollywood satire narrative. Banning superpowered actors from sets to avoid overexposure and directly addressing the dilemma that society is already tired of heroes. Why would society be tired of See, my thing is, this is supposed to be a Marvel spotlight, no homework, no nothing, but I can't help but think of everything that's surrounding Marvel. You know what I'm saying? In the universe. Why would they be tired of They saved the world from an alien invasion, right? The war of the Battle of New York. Superheroes did that. They saved the world from a crazed AI. Superheroes did that, even though superheroes also created the crazed AI, but superheroes did save it as well. Right? Then they go on to save the world again from some crazy aliens. Who did that? Oh, superheroes did that. Why would they be tired of superheroes who end up just saving the world all the time? Shit, had them. I need them everywhere. Especially now that I know that Thanos or somebody like Thanos could just pop up and show up anytime. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? So moreover, someone pointed out that addressing the fatigue head on would be Wonder Man's way of reigniting interest, not just in the MCU, but in the superhero genre as a whole. I disagree. I just disagree with that. I don't think addressing fatigue head on is going to make people like, oh shit, they addressed it. I'm back in. Like, that ain't making people just keep, you know what I'm saying, show up and run and regain interest because they approach the subject head on. Still, there's always a risk of backfire with this strategy, as Marvel could overdo it, feeling forced, which could further exacerbate the issue of superhero fatigue. Whatever the case, attempting to address superhero fatigue is a make or break moment for Wonder Man, and the show needs to tread lightly due to the delicate nature of the topic. Is the topic delicate? I don't think nobody's thinking of I don't think when they hear superhero fatigue, they be like, oh my God. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's necessarily a delicate topic. It's just a topic. I don't think if you stop the person on the street and say, hey man, you watch superhero movies, and they like, nah, I don't watch it. And you ask them, well, why not? And they be like, superhero fatigue. I don't think they're gonna say that. I really don't think they're gonna be like, I'm just fatigued out. Because there's other TV shows, there's other movies based on comic books that do well. Invincible, the last season, did well. What's the joint? The Boys did well. The spinoff did well. X-Men 97 did well. It's not superhero. It's not I think it's, if anything, it's Marvel fatigue. And I said this, it's Marvel fatigue. Because y'all are not giving good stuff. The expectations for Marvel, y'all set expectations so high, and y'all have not delivered in a long ass time. That's what, if it's some fatigue, it's Marvel fatigue. Superman did good for the most part, right? They went out to go see it. It was something different. Had a little bit of excitement involved with it. It did good. All you got to do is deliver excitement and a good story, and you got it. Anime is killing. Anime is doing this, you know what I'm saying? It's big one. Demon Slayer was top notch. That's a comic book movie. I mean, I know they don't call it comic books, but it's a manga. based on the manga, which is just the comic book, Japanese comic book. Chainsaw Man did good. What's the other one? I think it's another one that's in the movies right now. But these things is doing good. So I think it's Marvel fatigue. Y'all brand is bad. Y'all got to rebuild y'all brand. Y'all got to rebuild y'all brand. So I got a question for the gang. Gang, how's gang? What's good? What's good? Are y'all or are we here for this meta Marvel era? Do you think Marvel is going to just start being extra? Because movies are meta. Some when they involve things, but when they hone in on one particular thing to become meta, especially when it deals with what's going on in their industry, are we there for it? Do we want to see stuff like that? Or did they not learn from She-Hulk? Or did they look at She-Hulk and then look at what Deadpool and Wolverine do and be like, maybe that's it? Do we want shows that make fun of the superhero machine? Do we want shows that make fun of the incel? I don't even know why they went that route with She-Hulk. Or do we just want the good old-fashioned superhero work that's been working for eons? Y'all let me know in the comments. Type Team Satire or Team Classic. If y'all, you know what I'm saying, down one way or the other. Right? Wonder Man, Disney Plus, 3 weeks. I'm gonna be talking about it. Once it drop and I watch the stuff, I'm gonna come on here and talk about it. Make sure y'all notifications is on. So y'all can be part of it. We're gonna have a good time on Wonder Man. Let me get into these. Oh, excuse me. Let me see what y'all comments talking about. Where should I go at? Kev Davis, what up? He say, Yahya Abdul-Mateen is a good actor. I do believe Wonder Man, pretty good series. Some folks just isn't going to give it a chance. And you make a good point. You were right. People won't give it a chance, but I don't think it's a fault of theirs, if you get what I'm saying. Like, they're not giving it a chance because I think it's a lot of reasons. The marketing isn't there for people to even want to give it a chance. Then the way they set everything up, it looks like I don't need to give this show a chance. And then it seems like Marvel don't care for me to give this show a chance. But you are absolutely right, though. Stamina says we'll never be objective in so far as we've already done all the homework. Although I'll argue against the idea of it every time I heard it mentioned. Don't think it's a thing. Don't think it's a thing the way it's spoken of. I think yes and no. Marvel's whole thing is homework to me, and I could be wrong. But Marvel built their whole legacy off of homework. Easter egg this, Easter egg that. In credit scene, mid credit scene stuff. You know what I'm saying? Things like that, which conditioned us as the audience to do homework and look forward to whatever's next. But I feel you. I feel you. He said B's like that sometimes. Sam Wilson played number 2 to Bucky in their show. Clint Barton played number 2 to Kate Bishop in their show. So maybe Simon plays number 2 to Trevor. The 2 shows that you mentioned, Sam playing number 2 to Bucky. What it was, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now you can Winter Soldier and Falcon, whatever. Yes and no. Right? And with Falcon playing number 2 to Bucky, it's both of their show, and just one of them might have just edged out the other one. Cool. Clint Barton played number 2 to Kate Bishop. Name of the show was called Hawkeye. Clint Barton is Hawkeye. Kate Bishop is Hawkeye. So, yet again, and I don't think Clint plays number 2 to Kate Bishop in that. I just think Kate Bishop stole the show with her scenes with what she got. But it was also about her. You know what I'm saying? This show is called Wonder Man. It's not called It's not called Wonder Man and Trevor. It's just not. That's how I look at it. But I feel you. The Yahya got on Netflix, Man on Fire series later. Yeah, I saw that John Creasy. He's gonna be playing John Creasy. Yeah. See if he can outdo Denzel. That's one of my favorite Denzel movies, by the way. I was just watching that over this past weekend. Oh, John Creasy. He was that was a bad dude on that. Bad dude. So ignoring source material fatigue for me. True that. True that. Definitely a good thing. I wish they'd never done that. It validates something that thus far can't be conclusively Say that again, man. You can't. We don't know if it's superhero fatigue for them to even address it. Like, we don't even know that. We don't know that. The only potential reason I came up with for the binge drop is due to how much Marvel TV is releasing this year. It might not be wise to daisy chain their project while giving. But what else are they releasing on Marvel on Disney Plus? As far as TV, because this would be the only thing, right? This is X-Men 97 this year, I want to say, right? I think that's it as far as Marvel TV project. What's another? Oh, Daredevil. Daredevil Daredevil's this year too, right? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say just oh man. I'm pro binge myself. If a show is bad or mid, at best waiting a week to week is torture. True that. True. But my thing is, you're talking from the consumer standpoint. I'm talking more so from the person who's putting the product out. If I'm putting the product out and I believe that my product is good, I want to keep you on the hook week after week after week after week. I don't want to, because the name of the streaming game is subscription, right? So let's say I showed up. Let's say I just really wanted to watch Wonder Man. Okay, I watched Wonder Man. Boom, that's it. You got me on the hook for 1 month. I cancel my subscription. At least with this, I can drag you out. I can get 2 months out of you. That's how I'm looking at it. And maybe I shouldn't look at things that way, but that's how I look at it. I think the last weekly show was She-Hulk, and we were mad at being weekly because the episodes was too short, plus it turned out not to be good. No, the last weekly show was Agatha. Was it Agatha? As far as live action, I want to say it was Agatha, right? Was that the last live action MCU show, Agatha? I believe so. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Said, why would anyone watch or listen to Bad Bill Bell? You right, Six. Six over here killing. Oh man. That's funny. Say from T1 to T2, it felt like natural. Right. It felt like natural growth. And that's what you want from if you're writing anybody, you want natural growth. Not just, all right, the next scene now they bench pressing 250 and you didn't even know that they like bench pressing or could bench press anything. Now they just hop on the bench and get to work. You know what I'm saying? Jay said I should have mentioned. I disagree. I have to say Xena was my favorite growing up, but Xena was different. A real story and staying in her lane. Xena was dope. Xena was dope. Like how Leia was, man. Ray could do anything. She could fly the ship just as good as Han Solo. She picked up a lightsaber and went toe to toe with damn Kylo Ren like it wasn't nothing. Kylo Ren been training with this lightsaber since he was a youngling. She picked up the lightsaber first time and she getting down. Even backing him up. He like, oh. Like, what couldn't this girl do? She picked up the Force like it wasn't nothing. The crazy thing is, if you watch Star Wars, like, they didn't want to train you in the Force if you was too old. Because they didn't think you'll be able to pick it up. You wouldn't be open to the Force because you've lived the life already. So you wouldn't be open to the Force. That's why they go get the younglings. Even when they went after Anakin, the only reason why they was going to train, they looked at Anakin like he was too old. But his midichlorian count was so high, they had to train him, right? I don't know. The marketing was clever, but piecemeal. Interviews and character and carpet appearances, more meta stuff just didn't reach a lot of eyeball. If you say so, I think I did see Yahya one time in the whole little red get up with the red glasses on. I guess that was supposed to be part of the marketing, I'm guessing. And then the Trevor Slattery write up. But other than that, it ain't making me run out and want to go and, you know what I'm saying. Tired of suits because they smash up the city, not knowing enough about what the heroes do could lead people down to hell with them path. They did similar in the boys for a while. I can see that. I can get behind that. I can get behind that. I just think the way that they made it seem like, oh, people are tired of suits. Like, I don't just think you know what I'm saying? Like, get tired of I don't know. The thing is, what's crazy is why all of a sudden do people have superpowers? To me, that should be the question. Why is that a normal thing now? Because as far as we know, the only superpowered people, the Avengers, right? See, that's really about it. Now that I think about it. So where are all these superpower individuals coming from? For him to even when he show up to sign in for the audition, that they ask him, does he have superpower? People just prancing around nowadays with superpowers. The Easter eggs in these films are just cool comic ideas they didn't use. Jim Hammond and Kafka, David Blake, and Thor 1 were some of the first. True. True. Daredevil, X9, 7, Spider-Man, Vision Quest. Is Vision Quest this year? Okay. I mean, maybe they might have a bloated TV schedule. Maybe they do. But say Marvel birthed all of these channels, then y'all lost faith in Feige. But without Marvel, what would y'all be discussing? The machine is doing exactly what it is designed for. LOL, KEVIN, always. Hey, I was even with my face lost in Feige. I was still talking about Feige. It's just instead of talking about the product, I was talking about Feige. You see what I'm saying? So, whatever. What disingenuous nonsense is that? Blind gratitude is not a real thing. Nobody's saying it shouldn't exist, just it could be better. Said I had a great time binging Marvel Netflix. Was binge? Yeah, you're right. That was but that's net, yeah. But that's just how Netflix was doing at the time. I think Netflix, because they was, you know what I'm saying, they was the only kings on the board. So they can basically do what they wanted to do when it came to streaming, because who else was going to stop them? You know? Say Ray was space married to Luke space Jesus. Right? Oh man, I'm not sure how that turned the SW brand around with that fan base so divided. Good luck. Nah, it's gonna be hard to turn that Star Wars fan base around. You're absolutely right. Hard, hard, hard. And yes, this movie is gonna be overcrowded. That movie, Doomsday, is gonna be overcrowded. That's what you're talking about, Lawrence. Doomsday is gonna be overcrowded. Also, Kingpin had the thing for superheroes in New York. Did he? In the new Daredevil, right? But I just thought, but I'm saying the way they're making it seem like it was just supers everywhere. But maybe you're right, because now he talked about the guy who dresses like a spider. He talked about that. We had White Tiger go down. He was more so talking to me. Was he more so talking about just vigilantes, or were they superheroes as vigilantes? Or maybe, they one and the same. I don't know. So it was Marvel fan way before Feige. He ain't no Stan Lee, right? Say that again. Say it again. Say it again. And they did drop like 20 episodes at a time. They gave you a lot. They gave you a lot. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was all vigilantes, right? It was just vigilantes. He didn't care what they could do, only what they yeah. To me, it was just vigilantes. That's how I looked at with Kingpin. But is what it is what it is, man. But yeah, let's wrap this thing up, man. Under an hour, y'all. Under an hour. How y'all like the different format? It's not broken down into 3 sections like I normally do. I'm just giving like one overarching thing. Y'all let me know how y'all like that, man. Merch. Y'all want to buy a shirt? I'm trying to get that up and going to the best of my ability. YouTube doesn't show the link all the time, or it might be hidden somewhere, but merch is available now if you want, but I'm trying to fine tune it, get it better. So if y'all do want to buy a House Gang shirt or a Blues House shield shirt, logo shirt, y'all let me know. I might do like a jogger set too, hoodie and jogging pants. I might do that. So y'all be on the lookout for my merch, man. And but yeah, y'all know how we do, man. Y'all be safe. Y'all take it easy. Time to get up out of here. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here, man. Y'all take it easy, be safe. And like that, there we are gone. Yada. This concludes today's broadcast from Blues News. We hope you enjoyed tonight's programming and the time we've shared together. Right. Always be about being authentic. Drop like that. Drop to what it was March, so that we added to the slate on the strength of an exception. So I think it's confidence. I think that Blues News is dedicated to bringing you the very best in pop culture, music, and conversation, serving viewers everywhere, every day. On behalf of our staff and crew, we thank you for watching. We'll return tomorrow with more entertainment, insight, and fun for the whole house gang. Good night and good luck.